Everything's linked to resonance, right, folks? So when we resonate with a control matrix pattern through, say, a film or choice of programming, you're basically identified and audited based on exactly what you're vibing with, okay? You know, our phones, which are like our minds, are constantly being charged with data. For instance, I posted Jalapao pics and location, then got flooded with Jalapao videos on Instagram. It's striking how phone algorithms map and hack us 24/7. That's why we shouldn't sleep with phones by our heads. So, what happens then? Algorithms are designed to read our neural, mental, and emotional states and craft narratives accordingly and present them. Like, say, I watch a horror movie. Cool. So, you've been identified as having a preference for horror movies. The simulator algorithm knows this is your preference, your choice. When you sleep, you'll be placed in a horror narrative based on what you saw, and it'll hack your family ancestry system to search your bloodline for connections to high magic, black magic, Quimbanda, and so on. This is to keep you trapped in that narrative. Another day, you might want to watch a war movie, for example. As you watch it, you're identified within that narrative. You're then linked to an ancestral line connected to war processes. What will this activate? Ancestral lines from world wars, revolts, even independence movements. These are simulator algorithms creating physical and astral narratives to trap us. This is where our first problem arises. This is the control matrix. We can neutralize it. That's it, folks. Till next time. Bye-bye. Someone sent me an Instagram link to a group's world. And you start getting ideas from those lyrics. This is a narrative and a resonance. When I listen to classical music, the relaxation, the state. Mozart, Beethoven, Chopin, Vivaldi, Strauss, Haydn, and many others. I have nearly complete collections of these great composers. So what happens then? I elevate my... I like the music, but the energy drops drastically. I noticed that. So imagine at the molecular level our body molecules as fibers. They use this. Instilling fear and hopelessness in people, that's how we end up in this metabolic and sensory state, leading to unpleasant experiences when we sleep. Perfect. The most important thing, rather than dwelling on it, is making choice. Choose programs, literature, locations, places. For instance, I could be at a crowded mall now, lost in the crowd having lunch. All right, thanks. The verse reverberates through resonance. So the issue of algorithms is very complex. because it maps our neural network constantly, 24/7, in our physiological and metabolic matrix. And when we're projected into the astral plane, which resonates with our physical existence, it generates our etheric astral hologram. When we study books on awakening consciousness, via geometry or other great authors' works, we begin to question the control matrix and challenge the truths we were forced to accept. This automatically shifts us from the control matrix to a new octave where holograms exist, but we have choices for awakening or not. The matrix left a gap for consciousness awakening. It's not easy. It's delicate and arduous, as it requires detachment and breaking dogmas. Break many lies you've believed to accept that nothing you know is real. Everything's fake, a lie from your body to all else. So we ask, but what about my physical body? It's a mental projection in a biological avatar, like in the movie Avatar. Who are you? A neural network, an extra-physical soul, forcibly coupled to a human body right now, living in a matrix controlled by the powerful, draconians and elites, just to pay bills and taxes, acting against your own will and living political, religious, and social holograms. If we coldly analyze how we're evolving day to day, it's all routine, each day the same. You leave home, work, return home, eat, watch movies, pay bills, taxes, repeat. There's no such thing as evolution. It's a lie, a farce by spiritualists who don't get that quantum physics is about narratives and simulation. Oh, you're evolving, are you? In what way? By seeing suffering, living through wars, enduring one torment after another, not to mention issues with people, the disappointment we face with others, from family to partnerships and so on. The sheer number of people I used to counsel, full of professional and marital problems, among others. And history just keeps repeating because no one's truly content. Everyone's chasing salvation, seeking miracles. But miracles aren't out there, they're within us. Yet no one has time to look inward. It's boring and hard work, like yoga. Tai Chi, Qigong, you need discipline to do it daily, morning and night, twice a day minimum. Oh, it's better to just sit and watch some TV. Control matrix, get it? If you knew how much energy Tai Chi or Qigong gives you, boosting your immune system to incredible levels, you'd never get sick. These methods can extend life to 110, even 120 years. People stay strong and vital, only leaving when they choose. You need to realize how algorithms affect us. It's tricky to discuss all this, you know? We ask, where's free will, evolution, God, hierarchy? Most of it's just a sham. The rest is on a higher level. You need fuel and energy to reach that level. That's where the problem lies. Most of us lack the energy, frequency, or level to reach the ascended ones, great orishas, or higher beings. We're trapped in a matrix of control, suffering, fear, anger, and duality. How can I reach the frequency of someone like Buddha way up there? I don't have the energy. Yeah. I can't vibrate at that level. Everything in the universe is vibration. To vibrate at a higher being's energy, I need a vibration system. I need the energy of a house with storage spaces. And that's where the problem arises. That's it. What about expanding consciousness? That's also there. I know, I can't use specific names. It's about your inner practice and connection. It's your vibrational pattern, your algorithm. Vibrate at a star command frequency. Read books that align with this frequency. Raise your vibration to that level. Resonate with star beings, whatever their origin. It depends on your focus, on what you desire. The algorithm reshapes your frequency. Everything is frequency. It's at this moment that books like Avior, International Simulator, Seven Samurai, Super Confederation, Naochi, and the Saga of the Seven Samurai become crucial for reaching this vibrational state. Readers who've given feedback are amazed by their increased neural and psychic sensitivity connecting with Star Command and their own spiritual hierarchies. Why? These books are designed to be read in parts, making you sleepy as they're frequency encoded. You're taken to the Akashic records where the black star begins to work and cleanse. Then you wake, read a bit more, doze off again until you attune to that frequency. Once attuned, you can read many pages without feeling sleepy. Why do we get sleepy? Because we're initially on the book elevates your cognitive level beyond normal, outside the control matrix of suffering, fear, and reincarnation algorithms. This is one of Ramitria's goals, to help you escape the reincarnational holographic matrix that's crushing us all. So we need to understand all these aspects of the algorithms. The algorithms, I repeat, work through resonance. They'll keep emanating in our neural field based on the frequency we're vibrating at, and consequently in our daily lives. It's a deep internal process where we must understand the manipulation. And there's no way around it, folks. Sure, when you isolate yourself, go to the countryside, a farm, or a mountain, you can truly be outside the matrix, assuming you know nothing and nothing affects you because you're on a different wavelength. Not everyone can get away from it all, because So that's the issue at hand. Ideally, we'd all live in and off the countryside, but that's just a pipe dream, especially since global leaders are crushing us. Why do you think the government's beating up on farmers? It's to disrupt their peace, pull them from a quieter life than the city. To truly live better, we should form communities. But few succeed due to human ego and vanity. Sadly, we've much to learn before living in a harmonious utopia. Without inner harmony, we can't live in true communion. The narratives know this, and so do the algorithms. Narratives are created subconsciously to cause discord and conflict. It's a sad reality, but unfortunately that's what we're facing. There are very few communities. Trigueros was probably the longest lasting in Britain. I'm not sure how it fared after we left. There's a well-balanced community in India. And the Golden City there. I think it's still doing quite well. As for the rest, I'm not sure how they're doing. We need to work on our inner selves to reduce the algorithm's influence on our daily lives and avoid getting trapped in narratives of suffering that prevent us from truly living well.